Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. At first glance, this small 2005 Jefferson nickel looks like nothing more than an ordinary 5-cent coin. Millions of people have carried it in their pockets, tossed it into jars, or spent it without a second thought. But every coin has a story, and the 2005 Jefferson nickel tells one of the most interesting stories in modern American coinage. It represents history, change, exploration, and the continuing tradition of one of America's longest-running coin designs. The Jefferson nickel first entered circulation in 1938, replacing the famous Buffalo nickel. The United States Mint wanted a new design that honored one of America's greatest founding fathers, Thomas Jefferson. Sculptor Felix Schlag created the winning design, featuring Jefferson's portrait on the front and his famous home, Monticello, on the back. For decades, this design remained almost unchanged, becoming one of the most familiar coins in American history. By 2004, the United States Mint decided to celebrate an important event in American history. The country was preparing to honor the 200th anniversary of the Lewis and Clark expedition, one of the greatest journeys ever undertaken in North America. President Thomas Jefferson had commissioned this expedition in 1804 after the Louisiana Purchase. Led by Meriwether Lewis and William Clark, the explorers traveled across thousands of miles of unknown territory, mapping rivers, mountains, forests, and meeting Native American tribes along the way. To celebrate this historic anniversary, the Mint introduced the Westward Journey Nickel series. Instead of keeping the traditional reverse design, several new designs were released during 2004 and 2005. Each design represented a different chapter of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The coin shown here belongs to the final chapter of that special series. The 2005 Jefferson nickel introduced a completely new portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front. Unlike earlier versions that showed him facing left, this new portrait shows Jefferson facing right. His expression appears more lifelike, confident, and determined. The words, "Liberty," appear in Jefferson's own handwriting, adding a unique historical touch that collectors immediately recognized. The reverse of the 2005 nickel returned to the famous image of Monticello, but with an updated design that looked sharper and more detailed than previous versions. This marked the beginning of the modern Jefferson nickel design that continues today with only minor changes. Millions of these coins were struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Coins from Philadelphia have no mint mark, while coins from Denver display the small letter D beneath the word Liberty, just like the coin in this image. Because so many were produced, most examples found in everyday circulation are worth only their face value of 5 cents. However, coin collecting is never just about age or rarity. Condition plays a major role in determining value. A well-preserved 2005 D Jefferson nickel with bright original luster and almost no wear can attract interest from collectors. Coins that remain in mint condition are far less common than heavily circulated examples because most entered commerce immediately after being produced. Collectors also search for special minting errors. During the minting process, machines occasionally produce mistakes. These may include off-center strikes, doubled lettering, clipped planchets, die cracks, or other unusual errors. Such mistakes are highly collectible because they are accidental and often very limited in number. Depending on the type of error and its condition, some can sell for significantly more than ordinary nickels. One reason the 2005 Jefferson nickel is popular among collectors is that it represents a turning point in American coin design. For nearly 70 years, the basic appearance of the Jefferson nickel had changed very little. Then, within just 2 years, collectors witnessed multiple reverse designs, a completely new portrait, and the return of Monticello with a fresh modern appearance. The nickel itself is made from a copper core covered with a nickel alloy, giving it its familiar silver color. Unlike pennies, which often change color over time, nickels generally maintain their appearance even after years of circulation. Still, scratches, dents, and worn surfaces can reduce collector value, making carefully preserved examples much more desirable. Many people discover old nickels in family collections, piggy banks, or jars of loose change. Often these coins have been forgotten for years before someone finally takes a closer look. While most are common, every collection has the possibility of containing an unusual variety or mint error. This excitement keeps millions of collectors searching through pocket change every single day. The Jefferson nickel has become one of the most collected coins in the United States because it is affordable, historically significant, and widely available. Beginners often start by assembling a complete date and mint collection, while experienced collectors search for high-grade certified examples and rare error coins. The 2005 D nickel also reminds us of America's spirit of exploration. Thomas Jefferson believed that knowledge, discovery, and scientific understanding were essential for the nation's future. His support for the Lewis and Clark expedition expanded the country's understanding of its vast western lands and inspired generations of explorers, settlers, and historians. Today, holding a 2005 Jefferson nickel means holding a small reminder of that remarkable period in American history. Even though it may only be worth 5 cents in everyday spending, its historical importance makes it much more meaningful than its face value suggests. Collectors often recommend examining every 2005 nickel carefully before spending it. Look for strong details in Jefferson's hair, sharp lettering, full steps on Monticello, and any unusual minting characteristics. Coins with exceptional quality or certified high grades can command premium prices among collectors. Another interesting fact is that the United States Mint continually improves its manufacturing technology. Because of these improvements, newer coins often display sharper details than older issues. The 2005 redesign showcased many of these advances, producing a cleaner and more detailed portrait than earlier Jefferson nickels. Although this coin is relatively modern, it has already secured its place in American numismatic history. It marks the conclusion of the Westward Journey series and the beginning of a refreshed Jefferson nickel that remains familiar to millions of Americans today. For new collectors, the 2005 D Jefferson Nickel is an excellent reminder that valuable collecting isn't always about finding the oldest coin. Learning the history behind everyday coins makes the hobby enjoyable and educational. Every date, mint mark, and design change tells part of America's story. Whether you find one in your wallet, receive one as change at a store, or uncover one in an old coin jar, take a moment to appreciate what you're holding. This small 5-cent coin represents decades of American tradition, honors one of the nation's greatest presidents, and celebrates one of history's greatest exploration journeys. The next time you see a 2005 D Jefferson nickel, don't overlook it. Examine it carefully, check its condition, and watch for unusual features. While most examples remain common, exceptional condition coins and genuine mint errors continue to attract collectors from around the world. If you have enjoyed this video, thanks for watching.